so we just figured that go ahead and do a build video real quick just to show you exactly what the build that we're running has. Our 5 skills that we're using is Reaper Form, Hunger, Wandering Spirits, Harvest, Transplant, and the Aura of Decay. For Reaper Form, we're running the 40% health leech that you're definitely going to need. So obviously 2 points in Mistress of Decay to get there. We're also running 2 points in Haunting for the Marked of Death chance. Helps you just do more damage. And then we take up here on the top all the way to the Rapid Destruction because you want that 30% increase attack speed. So you can switch these. You can put 4 into straight damage and only 2 into the increased damage and crit chance. Switch those if you want. You don't even have to put 4 points into the crit chance and damage. You can put those 2 points somewhere else. So there's a little bit of room to play, but you definitely want the attack speed. You want the health leech, and other than that, everything else you can change the weight. For Wandering Spirits, we're basically making them a ward generator. That's all we're using them for, and they count as a minion skill, so they also give us attack speed, but we'll go over that on the passive skills. So what we have is the reveal rate, so we're spawning them as fast as possible, cooldowns as quick as possible, and the duration of it is close to 10 seconds. This is bugged on the wording, but we don't have the full points in there, but we have some in the ward gained. We get 9 ward when they expire. You also get even more through passive skills when they expire, and that's where a lot of our ward will come from. On the harvest skill, we went for area. You want the biggest area of attack as possible. We went for full crit. You obviously want that. And then we worked our way down here to skull shards. This is a big damage dealer for you. Every time you stack up 6 skulls, you do 300% more damage on your next hit. And we attack so fast that this one hits pretty often. And if you have a lot of mobs, one area, it seems like per mob hit you get a stack, not per attack. Seems like sometimes when you have a bunch of mobs around a boss, you're hitting the boss for this attack every time. It really takes their life down a lot faster. For Transplant, this skill you can do whatever you want with. There's really nothing special about it. We just did the minion damage for our little Wandering Spirits. We did global damage, just have a little bit extra damage. And then of course for defense, we have our bone armor. And we use Transplant just to get the hell out of dodge when we get taken out of Reaper form and to run away. And this part's, you do whatever you want for the 5th skill. We were doing Hungering Souls, where we had Hungering Souls being cast whenever we got hit. There was a 29% chance on hit that you would have it cast automatically for free, so it was just a little bit of damage. We just recently switched over to Aura of Decay, and we're running it for strictly defensive purposes, for crowd control. So we got our 45% chill chance, we got our 48% slow chance, we got 8% bleed, you obviously have your normal poison, and then we have enemy armor taken away 120 points, and then just area of effect at the bottom. For passives, in the base class, and there's some leeway, you can pretty much do whatever you want with passives. You can switch them here and there depending on what you want. We're running for the 8 intelligence. We're also running for a little bit increased damage. We don't have any health regen, so we're trying to stay away from things that drain your current health per second. Even though a lot of them are really powerful and we really want them, we tried to stay away. This Dark Rituals, this is why we use Wandering Spirits. Your minions have 20% increased attack speed and cast speed. This bonus will apply to you if you've used a minion skill in the last seconds. You can summon Wandering Spirits every 8, and it's a minion skill. So this gives you 20% increased attack speed at all times. And then Necromancer, we put 10 points. On potion use, we get 10% increased attack speed, and we get 10 health gained on hit. It's a pretty big defensive buff. And then this is why we also run our minions, is we get 35 ward every time one of them dies. So not only does Wandering Spirits, when one decays, give us 9, they also give us another 35 on top of it. So we actually get 44 ward every time a Wandering Spirit disappears, which is, it's really nice. It's like being healed for life all the time. Then we got 67 points in the Lich. We got 8 points in crippling insight, 8 points in survival of the cruel. This one we could easily change for something else. Right now we're just using it for the health. We got 5 points in grasp of the fake, which is a bunch of necrotic damage, which harvest is necrotic, so this is a big damage boost. 1 point in increased health regen and 1 vitality. That's just a random point to help us up the tree. We did that early on. And this is unclosing wounds is a big one. You can get a lot of damage out of this if you put all the points into it, but it does degen your life. And like right now you can see we're actually at a slight degen. We sit at 1500 health. Nothing happening. We can't get above that unless we use a potion or heal ourselves, which kind of sucks because when you get knocked out of Reaper form, you kind of want to run away till you get back in Reaper form. When you're getting hit and your life's already going down, it's just that much more likely that you're going to die. And if you're out of potions, it's that much worse. So I try not to put any more points in that until we either get more regen or have our life higher. But the super important ones that you want is these 3 and the 2 up top. And what you're wanting is more increased and attack speed. You get 15% increased attack speed with Deathbringer and 50% increased critical strike. And since we have pretty decent critical strike, I'd say it's around 40 to 50%. You get 21 reward every time that you critically strike. That's a big defensive boost. And then your critical strike multiplier at 50%. And then the health leech. Obviously you need the leech. Get a bunch of it with your top points. The other things we put into was our 100% increased damage over time. Since we're running Aura of Decay again, we just took that for a little extra damage. We're also running the Undisputed Axe, so we have bleed damage. This is it helps. And then chance to poison on hit. We hit so many times, might as well stack up the poison. And we're only level 84, so we still got 16 more points that we'll get that we can put elsewhere. We'll probably finish off this one. We'd like to finish off the added necrotic damage on hit with melee attacks. And if we end up getting more regen, we'll put into this. As for items, two axes that we were currently running that were really good. The sword for its attack speed is just crazy. When you run the sword with a 1.2 base and 30% melee attack speed, we can actually get up to 207% increased melee attack speed, and you're literally doing attacks like just crazy. But we ended up sticking with the Undisputed because of its pure physical damage. It's got 95 melee physical damage, which is crazy for a one hand. It's also got pretty high melee attack speed. It's got overkill damage leech, and then for every enemy you hit with bleed, you can have another 200% physical damage. So it's just a big damage boost, and that's why we've been running it. For items, basically anything that could have attack speed on it, we put attack speed. Anything that could have life on it, we put life. It was really that simple. We do have 100% glancing blow, so we had to get that as well. As you can see, we have no resistances, so yeah, it all comes down to just basically having enough life to take the hit, and you regen it in just a second with life leech. Yeah, hover over every item real quick. You can see what the affixes are. Nothing super special. The passives on the ring you can change. We have stun chance increased. We don't even have stun chance. We don't care about that. But I guess we have some stun. Every melee attack does. But anyways, that's all of that. And we'll run it. So we go into Reaper, we turn the Aura of Decay on, we hit our souls, and the attack. All you want to basically do is make sure you keep the minions spawned. Every time that Wandering Spirits come off of cooldown, just hit it again. And then, yeah, just make sure you're always attacking something so you get the life leech, otherwise your life will go down. If you have the potions, use the potions. I tend to save the potions for like boss fights, just because that attack speed will really help. It's always good when you get knocked out of Reaper form, and you gotta wait for that 18-second cooldown. They have some potions as well. And like I said, this build's capable of going pretty far. Um, I don't know exactly how UG has built his, but he's got one up in the 700 waves. This current build that we did, we've hit 450 with. We were actually pushing earlier, but we crashed at 341. But yeah, we should be able to push it above 500. Yeah, that's it to the build.